So I was actively doom scrolling on Instagram, as I tend to do most days, is where I get a lot of my ideas from, and all of a sudden I came across this. Now this is a 3D printed dinosaur skull, and I don't know if it's full size, but he printed it in multiple parts, and I thought, you know what, that's a bit of me. So I went down the whole rabbit hole of searching up all the different types of 3D printing I can find for fossils, and I came across this. Now this is an iconic dinosaur from loads of movies, from Jurassic World and Jurassic Park movies and things like that, and I thought, do you know what, this is the one that I'm going to start off with. So I looked up all the files, downloaded them, and that's when I began printing. Now I didn't really work on getting too much footage of the actual 3D printing process, of me actually putting the parts together and things like that. This was more of just a tester, just to see if I could actually pull it off and make something that looked half decent. Now I didn't actually realise how much effort was actually going to go into this project, and it does seem to be taking a very long time. The printing side of it can take anywhere between a couple of hours to 7 or 8 hours, and the actual processing time is actually what takes a little bit longer. Now all of these parts I'm having to sand down, and I originally started using a piece of sandpaper, and I realised it was just going to take too long and the cramping in my hands was just too much, so I switched over to a Dremel tool, and that just made the whole job a lot easier. Now here I'm working on the skull at the minute, and with the teeth I did 3D print them on my FDM printer. I kind of wished I'd done it on my resin printer, just because the teeth would have come out a little bit more cleaner, but once I sand them all down and get the filler primer on, they turned out quite decent, to be fair. Now putting all these teeth in individually did take a very long time. I kind of wish that the teeth were already installed in the skull, so I could just print it all in one go, but putting them in wasn't too bad. It's more my OCD getting them all lined up in the perfect position where I think they needed to go. Now it took a while to get this all together, and putting the jawbone on sort of set the skull off, and it just made the whole thing look so much better. Now when I was actually sanding down all the bones and things like that, there was a lot of details that are actually on the skull which I was quite impressed with, and I was trying to make sure that when I sanded it down I wasn't getting rid of those details. Now putting this together was really simple. The instructions online were absolutely perfect from the designer. The only trouble I had was where my printer isn't 100%, I didn't dial in the settings perfectly. A lot of the joins didn't really fit together that well, so I had to adjust some of the little joins, but overall they went together perfectly. And you can see I'm using some activator here, and that just made sure that when I put stuff together I didn't have to hold it for long periods of time. It basically just set it instantly, and the skull, it looks incredible, absolutely amazing. So after the skull, I started working on the spine. Well, this is all working down from the skull, so I started working on the neck going into the spine, and there was quite a few pieces I needed to put together. And again, I thought I'd try and use sandpaper, but it just took too long, so I got the old Dremel out with a little grinding stone, and it just worked so much better. Now the amount of pieces that you have to put together with this are, there's so many different pieces. There's parts of the skeleton you've probably never ever seen before, but I'm not going to go into detail of all that. If you want to see where all these pieces go and what they all are, then I'll put the link down below for the website. Now once I finally got all the spine, or the neck and the part of the spine stuck together, I could then start moving on to other bits. Now I downloaded this in a random order. I should have really started downloading head all the way down to the end of the tail, but I just sort of downloaded each bit as and when sort of fit me and the bits that I wanted to work on. So I started working on the leg next once the neck was done, and you can see here this is that iconic dinosaur claw, the one that you see in Jurassic Park, Velociraptor's claw that he's got. And I didn't realise how many parts actually made up the feet and the claws and things like that. As you can see here, this is just the left leg, and this is a lot of the stuff that I'd left over. These are all supports, because as you can see, these bone pieces, they are quite long, and they do take quite a lot of supports. You can print them upright, but I found that if I laid them down, the print time was a lot quicker, and it just meant that the structure was a little bit stronger, and when it comes to sanding as well, it just made the sanding process a lot easier. So this is one of the arms I was working on. This is the hand, the wrist and sort of going up into the arm. Again, there's a lot of fiddly bits here. You can see it's a scapular bone, but they all go together really well, and it just looks so realistic. It looks amazing. The person that designed this has done such a good job. So when it comes to working on the rest of the leg, you can see I'm working on the foot here. Again, there's parts to this foot that I never would have even known existed. So putting it together was a bit tricky, but you can see at the top of the screen I do have an image of how it all goes together. Everything is labelled perfectly, so it's really easy to follow and put together. And again, you see I struggled putting it together, but I did manage to sand the joints down. It just made it a lot easier. And this leg, I thought this model was actually going to be enormous, but it hasn't turned out that big. They're different to the ones that you see in the movies. You see these huge Velociraptor dinosaurs, and I think in some parts of the world they are actually fossils that have been found that big, but I think this one is more of a realistic size. And again, if you go onto the website, you can see all the dimensions of how big it is, but I believe this is like 1.6 meters long from head to the tip of the tail, and I believe it sort of stands around 60, maybe 70 centimeters high, depending on the stand and the position that you put it in. So it is a big model, but it's not as big as the movies. I think the movies do blow it out of proportion. So now you can see I'm sort of working on the rib cage. This was really cool. They're very small fiddly bits, but you can see I've got them all laid out there, and that is the full rib cage completely done. So this is everything I've managed to print so far. This is most of the skeleton. I've just got the tail to make. You can see it takes a while because I've always got other projects on the go. I've got this 3D printed boilie maker that I'm currently working on. I've got these little pots for growing plants in that are custom made. But as you can see, everything is pretty much put together. The pelvis on the right there just needs a little bit of work and gluing together, but that's pretty much all done. This black armature wire, this is what's going to hold the whole thing together. But yeah, it's almost there. I've literally just got to make the towel. I've also got these little things that I'm working on at the minute. They're for a collapsible carp net for my fishing. But yeah, this is everything overall that I've got. Now, I didn't get any footage of me actually doing any 3D printing, so I thought I'd chuck some in at the very end. I do have some Atlantic mud skippers, and I want to make them a bigger enclosure, so I thought I'd make some artificial rocks for them, basically, for them to live in. So if you go to my Instagram, you will be able to see that. But that's everything I've got for you. Hope you've enjoyed watching that. If you'd like me to go into a little bit more detail of what I've done and how I've printed things off and the settings, or just to see any of the other 3D printed projects I'm working on, then please do let me know and have a look at my channel. But other than that, thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one.